Hello everyone, this is Yvonne from Yvonne Ceramics. Welcome to day 17 of my ceramic residency here in Arita, Japan. It was a rainy day, so I decided to spend most of my time indoors at the studio. The sound of the rain outside made the atmosphere calm and cozy. It was perfect for focusing on painting plates. This morning, I focused on painting a set of bisque plates. Each plate had a pencil sketch that I had prepared earlier. I usually like to do my pencil sketch in the evening while I listen to music. The pencil is light enough that it burns away in the firing, but for now, it gives me a clear guide to follow while I paint. I started with the outlines. For this, I used a fine line brush dipped in a dark shade of Gosu blue underglaze. The brush has a sharp point, and I try to keep my hand steady as I trace it across the porcelain. Whenever possible, I aim to finish a line in one continuous stroke. It gives the design a cleaner, more confident look. If I make a mistake, I can use a sharp tool to scrape it away. And if I hesitate or break a stroke, the line shows it after firing. So there's always a bit of pressure. It's like choreography on clay. And I can really see why this technique has been valued for centuries in Japanese porcelain painting. Once the outlines were complete, I switched the brushes for the filling part. For this step, I like to use a fat brush with a big reservoir. It can hold a lot of pigment, which lets me drag the color further across the surface without constantly stopping to reload. I diluted the medium shade of Gosu underglaze with more water so that the texture was more fluid. As soon as the brush touched the porcelain, the pigment spread softly like watercolor seeping into paper. This is a bisque plate, so the plate absorbs the pigment very quickly and dries quite quickly too. I guided the brush across the shape, pulling the color into every corner. Sometimes the strokes overlap slightly, and you can see the direction of the brush. It is almost like leaving little fingerprints of my process. I've always loved animals, so many of my designs include dogs and cats. By now, I have been away from home for quite some time, so I really missed my puppies at home. Drawing dogs on the plates really was my way of saying I miss them and I wish they were here. My cartoon designs are quite different compared to the designs in Arita. The designs in Arita mostly consist of furrows and intricate patterns. In Arita, I've had the chance to watch professional craftsmen, and their work is so smooth, like a flat pool of color with no trace of the brushstroke. Mine are still more textured, but I am learning to appreciate that difference. It is part of where I am in my journey as a ceramic artist, and one of the reasons this residency has been so inspiring. It was very calming to work slowly in the studio while painting these plates. By the end of the morning, the plain pencil sketches had been transformed into beautiful blue designs, each one carrying its own design. After lunch, I moved on to the next step, which was loading some of my dried work into the bisque kiln. It's always a little nerve-wracking because firing feels like a leap of faith. You never know exactly how things are going to turn out, but it is an essential part of the journey. Later in the afternoon, I decided to do something fun, which was the treasure hunt. It's located right beside the studio, and it is exactly what it sounds like. It is a place where you can dig through shelves and boxes of ceramics that were rejected by the factory. Some pieces are dusty and some are older style, but all of them are beautifully made. I grabbed a basket and started exploring. There were cups, plates, and bowls. They are all very unique. I loved the feeling of discovering hidden gems, like finding forgotten treasure tucked away in the storage. Once my basket was full, I only had to pay a flat fee for everything. It was such a bargain that I almost wish I could bring the entire place home with me. The treasure hunt was the perfect way to end a rainy day. And that was day 17 in Arita. See you guys in the next video. Bye bye.